That was very enthusiastic. Wow. The hair is frizzy. I just washed it, so yeah. Today's video is exciting because I'm going to be reviewing... Wait, oh god, that was stylish. Okay, Lady Midnight! First part of this review is going to be non-spoilery, so stick around for that if you haven't read it. And then I'll get into the spoilers because there are some things I need to get off my chest. So I like to start off by saying this is probably, nearly definitely, one of my favourite Sandra Clare books. I think it might be my favourite. I really, like, I know that's a big statement, but I think it is. I think so. It was just like beautifully written, which is like, that was a given. I knew it was going to be like amazingly written, but her books just keep getting better and better and better. Have I said better wrong? It sounds weird. No? Okay. And I love the new characters. I love Emma and Julian. Yeah, so if you don't know, quick backstory, you know, non-spoilery of course. This follows Emma and Julian, who you meet at the end, well, not at the end, but in City of Heavenly Fire, the last book in the Mortal Instruments series, you meet Emma and Julian, and at the time they're 12. So Lady Midnight takes place 5 years after that, when they're both 17, going on 18, and they're at the LA Institute with Arthur Blackthorne, who is Julian's uncle, and Diana, who's basically teaching them. And the Blackthorns are... Julian, Livy, Ty, Drusilla and Octavian, and Mark is with the Wild Hunt, which is the fairy hunt, and Helen has been exiled to Rangley Island, or whatever it's called. So that's the current setup at the beginning of the book, and then these murders start happening and Emma begins to investigate because she thinks they're connected to the murders of her parents, who she doesn't believe was done by Sebastian during the war. And this obviously takes place 5 years after City of Heavenly Fire, and which I really loved about the book is that it goes into kind of all the post-war treaties and how they kind of recover after that, which I found so interesting. And I love Emma's personality, I love Julian's personality, I love how they interact with each other, I love the family dynamic of the Blackthorns. I really enjoyed that focus on kind of sibling love and like being connected. And then something happens, someone returns to the Institute, and this kind of sends kind of shockwaves through all of them, and I just loved watching how they dealt with that in their relationships, and I just found it so interesting, and I just love them all. I'm like torn between wanting the Blackthorns to adopt me and then wanting to date like 2 of them, so I don't know where I stand with that. So all in all, for this non-spoilery part, if you haven't read Lady Midnight and you've read the other Shadowhunter books, please read it. You will love it. You'll absolutely love it. I promise you, it's so good, and it might be your favourite, like, not gonna lie, it's mine. And if you haven't got into the Shadowhunter series yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please. You could probably read this because there's quite a bit of exposition, which I really liked actually, because I hadn't read the other books in a while, so I found that really useful when they're like explaining what different things mean. I'm like, oh yeah. But I think you would really benefit maybe reading the other books first, because there are references to some of the characters in the other books which you would obviously get and enjoy a lot more if you'd read the other ones. But yeah, oh, this woman, like, I feel like I kind of want her to like just write everything because it's so beautiful and it's so funny and great, and she's the only author that kind of leaves me at a loss for words. I'm like, I don't know how to analyze this properly, just because I'm like, I'm just like a ball of emotions. That's all I am, like, now and as I was reading the book. Now on to the spoilers, which is what I've been waiting for. Okay, sorry, I just woke up my dog. Oh, I'm really sorry. Go back to sleep. Emma and Julian are my ultimate shit. I swear to God, I was literally... I was a mess. Okay, the scene in the car, which is giving him that rune, and he's all like, don't stop, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? It was beautiful. And then this scene when they on the beach, and I was just like, also that took me a bit by surprise, because in Mortal Instruments it takes Jason Clary like 6 books to finally, you know, get together properly, you know what I mean. And then in the Infernal Devices it's like book 3 before any of the stuff happens, but it's just like, and I was like, cool, love it, ready for it, here for it, yes. I ship them so much, but not gonna lie, I was a bit creeped out when like he has the whole room of like drawings of her. I was like, kind of cute, but I would be a bit, there's a whole room just of me, that's okay. I also, like, when Mark comes back, I just felt so bad for Julian because he's like interacting with the kids and he can play with them, and Julian's like, oh, but I have to be like their parent and like tell them off and stuff, and I was just like, heartache for you, Julian. I feel so bad for him. But I also love Mark. I love how he can't like communicate with like, well, he can communicate, but like he just gets things wrong, and I just find it so funny, like that bit where he like apologizes to like a van or something that he bumps into. It's so funny, and I love him. I love him. I love him. Mark Blackthorne. And I really ship him and Kieran. I was like, and I know at the end like Mark gets really pissed off because Kieran like caused Julian then Emma to like get lashed by that dude. This is the thing with like Sandra Clare books, I never know if I'm pronouncing shit right. Probably not. Like, I understand, Mark, why you're angry, but like from my point of view, you can see why Kieran did it. He's just trying to protect Mark, and I'm like, he's in love with you, and now he's got to go back to the hunt by himself because Mark chose to stay, and I'm like, I'll be alone. And I shipped it so they were so cute together, and I just really want Mark to get back with Kieran, which is why I was really pissed off. Like at the end, he's like, hey Emma, like, why should we, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, no. First of all, I loved the kind of banter between Mark and Emma. I was seriously just seeing them like as siblings, like the way that I saw like Emma and Livy as siblings, and like Emma and Drew as siblings, and Emma and Ty as siblings. I just saw like Emma and Mark siblings. I was like, yes, you know, they're family, okay. But then at the end where she's like saying, oh, to Mark, because she's trying to protect Julian from the Parabatai curse that she finds out from Jem, and she's just saying like, oh, you know, basically in her narrative she's all like, oh, like if I go out with Mark, Julian will stop loving me, and I'm like, oh god, that's not how love works, Emma, but okay. Not that I would know, but anyway, let's move on swiftly. And then he's all like, oh, but why do we have to lie? And I'm like, step off, please. One, just know, like, your siblings, stop, not actual siblings, but you know, that makes me uncomfortable. Also, I want him to be with Kieran. And secondly, he was all like, when he saw Christina with Diego, he was like, oh, maybe I should have gone back to the hunt. I was like, I didn't know you felt about Christina that strongly, and if you did, why are you coming on to Emma? What is going on? You cannot have all three. Mark, come on. And Emma belongs with Julian, even though you don't know that, but and I'm just so upset that I have to wait until 2017 to read more. I'm just, this is the problem, like, because it came out and I was like, I must have it as early as possible, and so I ordered it like the day it came out, and now I've read it and it's gone, and I'm just like, no, it's a year. If I'd like waited for a bit, like, not that I could have, because I was just like literally like itching to get my hands on it, but now I have to wait a whole year and I'm just really distressed. I've got into like a post Lady Midnight depression, just being like, I need to know what happens. So that is it for this review. I'm very emotionally drained by this book. I feel like I've fallen in love and been in a heartbreak all in one just by reading this book, you know. That's what good books do to you, folks. Folks, have I gone back to 1940? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm getting a bit delirious now over this book, so I'm going to stop this review. Please comment down below if you read it, you know, what you liked about it, if you liked it, and if you haven't read it, what's your favourite Shadowhunter book? Let me know. So I'll see you in another video. Bye!